YouTube. My name is Alvin Eccles, and you have tuned in to Too Much for the Grave. This is a platform I do every Sunday night at 8 o'clock p.m., and I usually have guests coming on at 8 o'clock, but I have no guests tonight. I've been rather busy all week and busy contacting people, and um, everybody's schedule has been kind of busy, but I make no excuses because I'm here. Okay. This is something I do every Sunday night. Most likely, I will not do it on Sunday night, next Sunday, because as you all know, it's Father's Day. And I like for people to have time with their family during special occasions, such as Facebook and YouTube and all of that. So, let me get my other screen here working right. Yeah. And so, anyway, we're here tonight. If you do have a Zoom account, you may zoom in at the 4129282271. Passcode is Eccles2. Okay. Yeah, been outside a little bit, and it is kind of warm. Again, Too Much is for the Grave is a platform that I do every Sunday night. And basically, I try to come on and bring guests on that have wrote books, have written songs, people with different businesses and just different other platforms. But again, we do not have a special guest tonight. I'm really not going to be on here that long, maybe 15 to 20 minutes, 30 minutes tops, if that long. But again, I open this door up for anybody that would like to come and join us, and you may join us by Zoom at 4129282271, passcode Eccles2. And that's with a capital E, small letter CCLES, and then the number 2. For the rest of the month, I'm going to be focusing on business, credit, and helping people to establish themselves. Might even throw a little bit of insurance in there because it's important that we have insurance. Thank you so much, Ellen, for joining us. I see that you have joined us on Zoom. Anybody else that may be watching us on Facebook, I appreciate you. Again, Ellen, thank you so much for tuning in. I do not have a guest tonight. I'm just going to talk a little bit tonight, and then I'm going to get on our offer. Too Much for the Grave tonight. This is a platform that I use to highlight different people that write books, write songs, have different business ideas, and just different platforms on that wise. As I said, I'm going to be focusing this month on how to help people straighten out their credit. Not saying that I'm a genius concerning that, but I do have some experience. I was on YouTube and Facebook earlier, and one thing that I shared is that I used to live in the city of Washington, D.C. for a while. And while I was there, I can't even remember if I was on the bus or if I was on the metro train. But either way it goes, I was traveling from point A to point B. And while being there, I looked up on the advertisement that they had. And I looked up on the advertisement, and they had something on there concerning people getting their credit straight and how to straighten out your credit and how to improve your credit scores and things on that order. And that was years ago, back in the 80s. Well, me being who I was at that time, my credit was jacked up. I mean, jacked up, as they say, from the floor up. My credit was jacked up. So I took the initiative to call the people and to talk to them about straightening my credit out. Well, what happened in the process of me talking to him, I listened to him for a little while, and I said, and it was a young lady that answered the phone at this credit agency, and she said to me, well, I said to her, well, listen, my credit is so messed up. How in the world are you all going to straighten my credit out? Well, the young lady began to tell me over the phone, uh, hey, Kimberly, um, I know you're out taking care of a few things. Um, but I told her, I said, listen, my credit is so jacked up. Um, how in the world y'all gonna straighten my credit out? Well, the young lady began to tell me over the phone how they was gonna straighten my credit out. Well, I said, well, thank you, ma'am. If I'm interested, I'll call you back. Well, she basically gave me all the information that I needed at that time. And I began to straighten my own credit out. I didn't have to pay for it. But I do want to encourage you that, there's some things that we need help on and some things you have to pay for. There are different courses out now for a little bit of everything, even in what I'm doing. And I've been talking to a few people and checking with them concerning YouTube and Facebook and Zoom and all of that. And there's just different things that you have to pay for. Okay, even these different streaming services, you have to pay for them. The same as is with credit. Sometimes if you don't know what to do, I advise you to get in contact with different credit agencies that will, help you straighten your credit out. It just so happens, again, they gave me my information over the phone, and I began to do it. And I can share some of that with you tonight. I'm not saying that I'm a credit expert, and to my knowledge, the highest score that you can get is a 900. Now, listen, again, I don't know it all, but so I'm going to tell you, if anybody else is out there that know a little bit about credit, I'll be willing to bring you on to talk to us. Actually, I reached out to someone this week that's into the credit repair business. Well, a couple of people I did, and they were not able to come on tonight. But again, I don't say that I'm an expert. Going back to the 900 credit score, for us, to my knowledge, 900 is the highest score you can get when it comes down to your credit score. Well, I'm not there yet, but I'm not in the same situation that I was when I was on that bus. I thank God has blessed me and given me knowledge back then and to different people that I talked to, and my credit is at a good place now. And I'm not saying that to brag or boast about anything, but I'm just saying that because of the knowledge and wisdom that I receive from other people. And I'm one of those kind of people. I listen to a lot of audiobooks concerning business, concerning credit, concerning anything to enhance and improve my life. And I am also one of those type of people that I ask questions. If I don't know something, I will ask a person in a minute. I know that's a bad habit that some men have. They can be riding along with their wife and all, and go around in circles and be sitting in the car and say, "Hey, baby, can you help me out?" Yeah, then we just passed that, but listen, sometimes you have to stop and ask somebody something, whether it be for direction in your traveling or direction in traveling, in credit building, direction in buying homes. But getting back to the credit thing, I've been listening to, and I won't bring their name out until I talk to them some more this week. But there is one particular company out there that I know that is focusing on helping people get their credit up to at least 720. Okay. Having a good 720 credit score will allow you to get access to better things. Even when you get ready to go get a car, get a house, and especially in a house situation. Anything beyond that is excellent. Well, I won't say excellent. It's not really excellent until you reach that pretty much 800 mark. I'll say that's the last time that I looked at the credit graph. Having excellent credit is been between 800 and 900. Having good credit starts at around 720 on up to that point. But for those that are interested in home buying, if you really want to get into a house or get a car and things at a good rate, you want to get your credit scores up at least by 720 on up. Okay. Just a few nuggets. And again, I'm not an expert, but I tell people all the time, if you live long enough, life will teach you a few things. That's why I got all this gray right here. I've lived long enough and I got a little experience in life. It has taught me a few things. And there's some things I just know. Okay. And I'm sure you are the same way. There's some things you just know. Okay. So, and again, that's why I'm coming to you this way. Some things I just know when it comes down to credit. One thing that the people expose to me when they talk to me in DC over the telephone is sometimes when, everybody goes through life a lot of times. We're going to have bumps and bruises and mishaps, sometimes due to marriages, sometimes due through sickness, sometimes just through making bad decisions and the wrong move. Okay. And these things will help you bring your credit down. Okay. Because of the bad decisions and all that you made. Okay. And so my point is with that, what the young people was telling me that I talked to over the phone was telling me that one of the first things that I needed to do at that time is to sit down and write a letter to all three of the credit bureaus, okay, explaining my situation, explaining what had happened to me in the past. It don't have to be a real long letter, kind of just, cut it short as possible, but try to give them the meat of information that you need to give them. So you want to sit down and I know some people that charge for credit repair are going to be mad at me for making this video, but I'm not here to make money. I'm here to help people. Okay. So sometimes you have to sit down and write a letter, letting the people know what you've gone through, maybe what has helped cause some of your problems and your bad decisions. Okay. Because life will happen. Okay. No one can go through life with everything being perfect. So there's some things that's going to happen to us. But writing a letter, explaining your bad moves, bad situations, or whatever happened, and try to do it as short as possible. In the process of doing that, you need to also include in that you're wiser now. You've learned a little more, you matured. So you know how to make better decisions and tell them exactly what your goal is. And even if you're behind on your bills at that time, you may want to make a little note in your letter about how you intend to come out of the drought that you're in when it comes down to your credit. Okay, you want to be able to, develop payment plans. Okay, and a lot of times, bad credit happens because we don't make enough money. Well, let me go ahead and put this disclaimer and interject this right now. Sometimes bad credit comes because of laziness. It's because we don't want to work. We don't want to work for our goals, whatever your goal, your dream is, whether it's bad credit, a home, a car, just a better life. You have to work. That's one thing that the Lord told us when he created us. He told us to work and subdue, go out and that he placed man in, he placed them there to work. Okay. So you can't be lazy and expect to have good credit. That's not going to happen. Okay. So, but in writing the letter, you want to tell the people what your plans are. Sit down before you write the letter and just let them know how you intend on paying your creditors. Okay. And sometimes you may not have enough money, just like I did back in the day when I began to straighten my credit guide. I really didn't have enough money to pay everything off at one time. But what I did, I'd sit down and I would put all my bills together. Okay. And all the monthly payments may not could have met all of those monthly payments, but I wanted to give somebody something every month, every week, every chance I got. I had my payment plan um, wrote out, and I shared that even in my letter that I wrote to the 3 credit bureaus of how I intended on paying my debt. Now, when you do that, it's like any other thing. If that's your plan, you write the plan and you stick to the plan. Okay. And again, you may have to go out and work another job, work a second job at that time. And it was kind of, with my situation at that time, yes, I was riding the bus or the metro or whatever I was on. And I was going from one job to another one. At that time, I worked 3 jobs. I had a full-time job and 2 part-time jobs. Okay. So I would go from one to another one. And then I had another one that I would pick up on the weekends or whenever I got off of the second one. Okay. Some of these things take effort and work to get to where you need to go. You cannot be lazy and expect to come out of debt. That's just not going to happen. I know some of you might want to play the lottery and things on that order. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I discovered with that because I tried a little bit of that myself. And when I sit down and start realizing how much money that I was spending on taking a chance, it just didn't add up. That money that I was spending, I could take and put towards bills. Okay. So once you write your plan and write your letter to the credit bureau, then you want to sit down and start pursuing what you have written down. Okay. You want to go ahead and make it happen. Plan your work and write your plan. Write your plan, plan your work. Okay. Do it. Make it happen. Only you can make it happen. And that's another thing I've discovered in life. There's some things only you can make happen. Okay. A lot of people are waiting for a handout, and there are some that need a hand up. Okay. But not everybody needs a handout. So I've also learned that a lot of times in helping people, you can become a crutch to them. Okay. So you don't want to give your money out to everybody. You want to be able to help somebody. I will help people. I kind of have my limits in doing that. You know, I'll give you a chance. Okay. If, I'm able to do that. But at the same time, I don't want to develop any type of tension in my family, in my friendship. So the best thing to do in that is stay away from, lending out money, giving out money, and all of that, because you expect to get that money back. Okay, especially if you are going through a tight situation at that time as well. Okay, so write your plan down, plan your work, and work your plan. Okay, that's my nuggets for the night. I do have some more information on how to achieve and get to beyond. And right now, that's what I will say: the 720 and above. Okay, because you can make it all the way to the 900. I know some people that are in the 800, between the 800 and 900 range. Okay, I know them. And I talk to them about how they got to where they are. We share information. They share the information with me. I share my information with them. So, that's just enough to get you started on getting your credit together. if you're not sure about what to put in the letter, I still have that letter to this day that I sit and wrote down to my three major to the credit bureau. There are three credit bureaus, and you want to write your letters to the credit bureau and tell them where you come from, where you are now, what you've learned from your bad mistakes and your bad moves and your intentions and plans to go to where you need to go and to take care of your debt. Now, I'm going to throw this in there, but just because, as some people say, I hear this uh, in my spirit, or hear this in my man, or hear this in my mind. But the Bible says, "Owe no man." Okay, so you don't want to owe no man. You don't want nobody owing you nothing, do you? Okay, so you loan somebody money, you don't want nobody owing you nothing. You want your money back. Okay, so owe no man. Okay, if you make the bills, guess what? You have to pay those bills. Okay. I will throw this little last nugget out before I get out of here. But another thing that you don't want to do is overextend yourself. Okay. You know how much you can afford a month, and we'll talk about that later. There's this thing with the APR and interest rates. You got to know what you're asking for. You don't just go in there and say, "What's my payments gonna be?" Because it's a whole lot more into just knowing what your payments gonna be. There's your APR and your interest rate and all of that. You got to know about them things. Okay, all right. So, but you don't want to extend yourself no more than you have to. If you can't afford it, wait. Can't afford it, don't just wait. Okay. I heard one minister say we have a bad habit of begging our wants and borrowing our needs. Listen to what I said. Begging your wants and borrowing your needs, or borrowing your needs, begging your wants, whichever way you want to put it. But you should never put yourself in a situation where you overextend yourself. Oh, there's so much more I could say on that. But again, I said I wasn't going to be on here long tonight. I do thank those that are watching on Facebook. And again, my goal is to have other people on here every week to be talking about credit, to help build your credit up, uh, how to get good insurance and get the right type of insurance, and things on this order. Anything that's got to do with money, the right savings account, and all of that, because there is a such thing as having not just a savings account. It's a thing as such as having a good savings account, or the right savings account. You want your money to be making money for you while you sleep. It's good to make money, but you also want to be in a shape that your money can make money for you while you are asleep. Okay, so listen, if you know anybody else that might be going through, credit situations, my goal and plan is also to open the floor up for people to, comment on Facebook if they have any questions, or even come on Zoom. And there's nothing to be ashamed about, people. Let me tell you, it's nothing to be ashamed about when you want and need some help. Okay. There's a scripture also in the Bible that says pride come before a fall. There's no use in being prideful when you need some help. Okay. Okay. You don't have to. So if you know somebody else that need our information on credit building and business and home buying and insurance and banking and savings and so forth. That's my goal for the month of June, to help people in those areas. And again, yes, there are people that charge you for doing some of the things that we're going to be talking about. But guess what? I'm giving it out for free. Okay. And the people that I will be bringing on here will be talking to you about that and giving it out for free as well. I might even reach out to some of those that charge people to help straighten their credit out, because a lot of times when you don't have time or access to information, then you want to give. Sometimes you just got to pay for certain things. Did you know that's what we pay lawyers for? We pay lawyers because they know what to go in court and ask for, because they have studied and they know the right things to say on paper. They know the right things to say out of their mouth. And, that's why, hey, it's good to have a lawyer. You go up in there and say the wrong thing, you can hurt yourself. Trust me, I know. Been there, done that, okay? I will share some more of that information as well, okay? So I might even bring some people on here that charge for doing these things. And it's okay. It's okay to pay for things that you really, really need to be paying for, okay? Listen, again, you've been watching a little bit of Too Much for the Grave. I am going to be giving out a few nuggets during the week. So again, if you know anybody that needs help in these areas, and I tell you what, I'm gonna go further than that. If you know somebody that has expertise in these areas when it comes down to building credit, when it comes down to saving, and whether they be a banker or work for some loan company, or if they just plain or just homeowners, or just plain old people that have gone through life and they don't work into any financial institute, but they got knowledge and wisdom because of what they've gone through in life. Please have them to contact me. I would love for them to come on the show and talk to somebody else, talk to other people as well. Again, because see, I don't know it all, but there's some things I do know. I'll say it again. I didn't get this grade for nothing, okay? I got it because of experience of getting older. The older we get, there's another saying out there: when you know better, you do better. And the older we get, we should know better, and you should do better, okay? All right. So please help people to tune in for Too Much of the Grave. I am on Facebook and YouTube. Please have them to check us out, because this is something, as I begin to grow this platform, I will be bringing other people in about different things as well. So I need you to help me to do that. And that's every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Again, I will send out a special message or something if I'm not going to be doing it on Father's Day. But let people know about Too Much for the Grave. Even some that that have written books and you have read their book, and but other people don't know about them. Have them to get in contact with me. I would love to bring them on the show and talk about their book. I do want to say this. I would really like to only bring books on that are inspirational. Okay, I'm not talking about non-fiction books and things on this order, but books and songs that are inspirational. Even people that have successful business. Listen, stop in and talk to some of these people and let them know, hey, Too Much for the Grave want to talk to you about how your business got as successful as it is. See, we ought to be helping each other, okay? So please subscribe and be checking out my YouTube channel. Make comments on Facebook and let me know that you're watching, because I do realize some people go back and watch it afterwards and so forth. But let me know that you're checking me out on Facebook. Let me know that you're watching on YouTube, that you're watching Too Much for the Grave. I'm not trying to make a name for myself. But see, and I'll say this, I'm going to get on out of here. I got to go watch that basketball game. Anyway, I wanted to share some of these things because I've had the experience of writing songs. I've had the experience and do have the experience of putting a movie out. Okay. Yes, I have a movie out as well. Still working on some things with that, but I also discovered if your name is not so and so, if you haven't put gotten your name out there, if you don't know so and so, people won't push you. Now, some of y'all know what I'm talking about. And that ain't got to be with songs and movies and books. And that can just be with life, period. You can be one of the best bakers and cooks around and all of that good stuff. And best florists around. And you have a business and all. And you want somebody to really push your business. And have you noticed a lot of times when you go to family members, when you go to friends, those are the ones that really don't want to help you. But guess what? I'm here to help you if you will allow me to. Okay. So if you know anybody else that write books, write songs, that own businesses that can come along on Too Much for the Grave and help somebody else, please, you contact me, have them to contact me, and let's talk about what we have inside of us. Because there are so many people that have so much inside of them and end up taking certain things with them to the grave. I don't want you to do that. You got too much inside of you to take to the grave. You got a great story to tell and help somebody else along the way. It doesn't necessarily have to be with finances. It doesn't necessarily have to be with home buying and things on this. Just some of the things that you've gone through in life, you might just help encourage somebody else who've even gone through mental illness, or help somebody else that have gone through pain, and even some that are still dealing with it, but are able to help people that are going through it even while they're going through it. Because that's one other thing that I've learned as well. A lot of times as we're going through and encouraging somebody else and giving somebody else information, guess what? It opens up our mind. It opens up our opportunities as well. It gives us answers. There's times I've been ministering to someone, talking to someone, trying to encourage someone else. And guess what? I come back encouraged. I'll come back being ministered to. Okay. So helping other people also allows you to help yourself. I'll say this, I'm going to get on out of here. But you reap what you sow. If you help somebody else, guess what? When you listen, all of us need help sometime. If you help somebody else, if you encourage somebody else, guess what? Along the way, somebody's going to be there for you. Well, there's so much I could say, but I'm going to get on out of here. I think I see a few people on Facebook. I appreciate you all. Bishop Kellum, I appreciate you joining us tonight all the way from Martinsville, Virginia. Pastor Carl Gray, Nicole Eccles, and of course my wife and Ellen that also have joined us on Facebook. So I appreciate you all for watching me. And that's encouragement to know that you tuned in for on Too Much for the Grave tonight. Listen, if y'all would again, put a word of encouragement or whatever in the comments that let me know that, hey, you're watching, and get the information out about Too Much for the Grave. And remember, whatever you do, don't take your gifts, your talents, your information, even those good old recipes that you have. You got too much inside of you to take to the grave. Listen, you all have a wonderful and blessed evening.